Everybody, my name's Nate. You know the deal. This is Smashing the Party Nightcap, brought to you by yours truly. Look, I was a little bit intoxicated last night. I'm not gonna lie. I said I wouldn't do that, but just fucking fate and timing and alcohol ran into itself. So I don't think I looked too bad on camera. I wasn't terribly or sloppy, but it still wasn't one of my best days. So, but hey, look, you came for the authenticity, right? Well, I was real Nate. But tonight I'm gonna talk about something that's like fucking weird as hell again, and I want to talk about something else other than the Republican Party. I promise you. But again, we have a fucking half the country buying into this bullshit. And so that's why I talk about them. So today I'm going to talk about what conservatives love talking about right now. They get fucking hard over, and that's Elon Musk, his purchase of Twitter. And they've been posting on, on my feed, on all the social media platforms I'm on. I see nothing but conservatives just talking about how he's going to kill the wokesters. And you even have a senator talking about how, people at Twitter, what Kennedy, the fucking not the Kennedy from the jaw, the square-jawed family dynasty. I'm talking about the fucking guy from New Orleans, Louisiana Senator Kennedy. This motherfucker gets on TV and says how Twitter is run by wokesters and talking about just crazy shit like conspiracy. Like people at Twitter, like all of a sudden everybody at Twitter now is part of the left, this radical left. And so this is why this is the topic for tonight, because apparently the GOP has nothing. They love the cult of personality. That's why they love Donald Trump. They love Elon Musk. Libertarians love Elon Musk. They think he's just like the rebel. They think he's fighting for their cause, which is completely weird as shit. Again, we're talking about somebody who grew up in apartheid Africa, was sat on the advantageous side of being white in apartheid Africa. His family made money in fucking emerald mines. He was born rich. His mom was a supermodel. He fucking was handed everything. He never invented anything. He fucking PayPal was his best creation. And so obviously people hold this guy in high esteem as if he's some godlike creature that's coming to save them. There's always this idea that this person or this thing is going to save these people. It happens on the left too. They're hoping for, somebody to save them during the Mueller report. Robert Mueller is going to save us and all this bullshit. But the right just loves to, project their hypocrisy when they talk about freedom and how they believe in free speech, yet they're really celebrating the fact that Elon Musk bought Twitter. And he's going to shut down the left or whatnot, or allow the wacky right to come in. I don't know what the end game is. I'm not sure why so many people on my feed who, again, like I said, there might be one or two people on my feed that are, close to billionaires that I know I don't interact with these people, but I know they're paid. I know they're wealthy. I know they have trust funds. I know that's the only people that I think should be like, hey, I'm kind of in that same boat with Elon, and I see why he's kind of taking up this battle because feels like we're being persecuted and yada. But no, it's not those two people. It's everybody else acting as if Elon Musk is on their side now. You have quiet conservatives, I like to call them, that just every now and then post something to establish their political whatever on Facebook. They're just posting about Elon Musk and how he's going to change the world now with his $45 billion purchase of Twitter. This is after the UN gave him a proposal that said, hey, we could end world hunger for $6 billion. And he denied it. If that's the fucking case, if we really could end world hunger for $6 billion and it's not, and these people are running off to space and all that shit, what the fuck are you idolizing these people for? That's not, I mean, you have that kind of power and that kind of money, and you've decided to essentially have a dick contest. In fact, Jeff Bezos built a dick-looking fucking spaceship and flew to fucking outer space. His logo for Amazon is a fucking dick. I swear to God, it's a fucking curved dick. these people, Elon Musk jokes about the naming of Tesla S, and he wanted to name the one. He named the one X, and then he wanted to name the one E just so he could have the fucking acronyms SEX. Like, these fucking guys are trolling us. They're fucking trolling us. They're fucking little kids. They've grown up. They have all this money, and they're fucking doing dumb shit with it. But guess what? Conservatives love that shit. No experience, no nothing. Doesn't matter because they're on my side. Now, Elon Musk has experience running companies. I'm not suggesting he's not intelligent. I'm not suggesting that he hasn't figured out the system. But I'm also going to say I don't understand why we're rooting for this kind of system. This system where people can buy companies just because they're annoyed with the way they're publishing. Now, if you think about it, if you think about who owns the media right now, Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post. Facebook is essentially a media company, and that's run by a billionaire. And now that they just bought Twitter, and he's talking about deleting TikTok. He's posting all these funny tweets that are becoming memes, and people just kind of celebrating the fact that we have this oligarchy who has this much power to change the narrative of a social media platform that reposts pictures of him before he had hair. That's his purchase. That's his big play. That's his gift to humanity. He has all those resources, and he decides to buy a fucking social media company. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? So why has this become like some kind of polarized issue? I don't know. I don't really give a fuck. I just find it interesting that the people posting in favor of him, a super, super wealthy, mega rich person just kind of going in and throwing their elbows around, and that's celebrated by some people for some reason. Again, I don't know. What's really frustrating for me as I try to grow this platform, you have people that, they live in their own beliefs, and they decide that this is the way these things should be. And then on one side, they're saying they believe in freedom. But then on the other side, they're saying, hey, we don't like that. We don't like that. We don't believe that Twitter was allowing conservative voices. No, because conservatives were going fucking crazy and believing crazy shit and passing around crazy fake information. That is definitely a characteristic of a lot of conservatives. They'll just pass things around. I mean, they fucking still use email. I swear to God, and they still have email threads they pass around. I kid you not. I'm on a couple. I don't know how I got on them. Probably someone from Smucker's office decided to put me on a fucking list, and now I get all this dumb shit in my inbox from conservatives, and it's like, what the fuck? Are people actually reading this stuff? It looks like spam to me, but again, these are people that fell for Donald Trump, so I don't really have high expectations that somebody comes along that puts a jab in the left's wokeness, that the right isn't going to elevate them. I mean, they were rooting for. I took screenshots of friends, of people that I know, when Kyle Rittenhouse was declared innocent of all charges, who celebrated that, despite the fact that it was 3 people that died, or was it 2 or 3 people that died? That doesn't matter. They elevate. One guy actually posted, "Make that money, Kyle. Make that money." I kid you not. I screenshot. I was like, what the fuck? So that's because Kyle became a symbol that was anti-left. Anything that becomes a symbol of a Democrat or some kind of progressive idea immediately gets elevated in the conservative bubble. And so Elon Musk is just another kind of FAP session, if you will. Another jerk-off session from the right, where they're just kind of looking at somebody and going, wow, he's really sticking it to the left. So we're just gonna chomp on his balls like the motherfucking sycophants that we are. It's obscene. I know the language is obscene. I get it, but I'm telling you, it's obscene watching it happen over and over and over. Somebody was in my inbox today talking about the fact that, the hypocrisy that comes from their, they're preaching how they're pro freedom of speech, yet Colin Kaepernick is still fucking sitting on the sidelines, still fucking ostracized and chastised by the right for fucking kneeling. When the country was reeling from watching black men be murdered on live camera, several times, and it's still happening, by the way, and people should still be fucking kneeling because it's still bullshit. I watched the other day cops fucking string up a 9-year-old kid for stealing Doritos. It was on my Instagram. I saw something like that. So, this hypocrisy that I see out of the right is so infuriating. It's so frustrating. And so you want to talk about ideas. You want to talk about things that are going to benefit people. But you have fucking crazy land. You have fucking people that are absolutely buying into the dumbass shit. No critical thinking skills. No ability to say, you know what? Why am I rooting for a rich person to fight my battles for me when this motherfucker don't give a fuck about you? He don't give a fuck. Obviously, if he gave a fuck, you think he's giving the world a gift with Tesla? He's getting that fucking government subsidies. He's getting that fucking, he's making money on loans from the look. I'm not gonna. I don't know enough about the motherfucker. All I do know is that anytime someone's elevated in that position, even when the left did it, I remember when Andrew Cuomo was like the left, the darling of the left for a while, and people were like, oh, swooning over him. I made a post, I wrote a blog post, I said, you know what, pump the brakes on the fucking cult of personality bullshit, because we don't know enough about him. Sure, he popped up on the scene, and his brother's a news anchor, and they have some cool riffing between each other when they're on when he was on the show. All that stuff. It's all fun and entertainment. But I was like, why the fuck is the left idolizing this guy yet? They don't know what the fuck he does. So he said a couple strong things. We have Donald Trump. So anybody that speaks English, in fact, that was my comment. Anybody that speaks English should would be able to kind of look like a hero when Donald Trump was president. And so here comes Andrew Cuomo speaking English. And of course, the left kind of fell hand over foot for this guy, and I caution it. So it does happen on the left. I'm not saying it doesn't. I hate the fucking left-right paradigm, because what does that mean, really? But I think you understand that it means in American politics, it's really the Democrats and the Republicans. And so, again, it happens to everybody. It just happens more often in the Republican Party. They love cult of personality. That's why it's easier to become a kind of a partisan hack or a polemicist in the right, because you see the likes of Candace Owen, who's not very bright. She doesn't make very coherent arguments. I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the room, but I certainly don't speak from a position of complete ignorance. And when I do speak from a complete position of ignorance, I'll declare that I'm not knowledgeable on this subject, and I'll say, hey, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But these people live in a world where you can be elevated as long as you're bashing the left. You can easily rise up and become kind of the conservative intelligentsia, as Ben Shapiro likes to call it. So this kind of bullshit that I'm seeing happen is so infuriating, because nothing gets done when you have a party of fucking crazies. Nothing gets done. There's no real talk of solutions, because Jim Jordan can't fucking talk about. He's got to be barking on TV. I mean, you've got these reps that just go in for the battle, and that's all they're doing. They're little pit bulls, and that's what they do. And then you have, they have the whole kind of cast of the little rascals on their fucking team. They got the fat guy, they got the skinny guy, they got the barker and the fucking fighter, and it's just fucking nuts. But the reason this show continues to focus on the GOP is because if we can get, look, the Democrats flawed as fuck, at least live in somewhat of a reality, like in a version of the reality that I agree with, not only because it feels good in my heart, but because it lines up with data and facts and things I can see and touch and feel and smell and taste. Do you know what I mean? Like real shit, where the right likes to live in this world where they have these pipe dreams that problems don't exist if they never happen to them, so it can't be really an issue. Racism doesn't exist because I've never had it against me. Of course, why would I? I'm white. This is how fucking dumb they are, though. I mean, people are going to inbox me and say, I hate when you call Republicans dumb and you're bullshit and you're so fucking biased. And I get all that shit all the time. And it's like, just prove me wrong then. Show me an example of a rational legislator that's a Republican, that's not ostracized by its own party. You're going to only be able to point to two in federal Congress, and that's fucking Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. And by the way, I don't think Liz Cheney's necessarily full of great ideas by any means. But what I do appreciate about her is that she still believes in the truth. And she's still calling out her own party because of the fact that they can't even line up with the truth. They can't even do an investigation into the probably one of the largest attacks on our capital since like what, the 1800s? I mean, what the fuck? It's kind of a big deal. And so this whole Elon Musk thing is just kind of another piece of that larger puzzle of, you know, it's punching on the left, it's fighting my battles. This is my guy, this is my side. And so Twitter is a left weapon, you know, a weapon of the left for whatever reason, even though Donald Trump's the one that really weaponized it and won the election. He did that with all the social media platforms. But again, for some reason, they're using their fight against big tech. This is how they fight against big tech. Just have a private corporation buy it. Just have a private citizen buy it. And that makes everything better. Now we got Elon Musk, and I'm going to post a picture of the new boardroom, and Donald Trump's going to be sitting at the head. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what makes you think that's going to make things better for you or anybody in the world? Donald Trump on the board of Twitter? This is the kind of shit that I'm seeing in my feed. And so, you know, I'm doing a pretty good job of balancing my work, not taking it home. But I will tell you, I struggle to get really like to dig into some of the dumb shit that's going on because it's so, you know, I feel like a broken record. Like, okay, inflation isn't caused by the president necessarily. Also, by the way, the $1.6 trillion that were extracted out of the economy by the rich people, that were extracted right out of the economy through tax cuts, were essentially tax cuts for the rich. That could not have anything to do with our current situation at all. The war in fucking Ukraine has nothing to do with gas prices, all this stuff, nothing to do with it. But this is Joe Biden's fault because, again, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to start rational conversations with folks, and people may say that about myself, but I tell you, I just need data, and I will fucking shut the fuck up. That's it. That's all it takes. I made a post today, and of course, one of my haters who loves to talk about the fact that I get no engagement because I'm not paying for engagement. But he was hating on the fact that I was posting things in defense of LGBTQ and sex education. I mean, that's just something that I feel. Now, of course, this person probably was, I think he got married at like 30 or something. So I'm sure it took him a while to actually have a sexual experience, and that's maybe why he's angry. I don't know. But it was odd because, again, it's somebody who claims to be part of the Party of Freedom and just hating on the fact that, you know, we're trying to fight for people to have rights. We're trying to fight for kids to be taught proper education. Sex education is part of it. Why the fuck are you acting so weird about sex education? I mean, it's so bizarre. But again, this is another framing of us versus them, and the left's trying to corrupt our children. And Elon Musk, thank God he bought Twitter, because now we have a hero again. And once Donald Trump gets in the helm again, everything will be fine. It's just like, what kind of bizarro world do you live in? Like, how are we supposed to fix roads and bridges when we've got representatives talking about fucking like conspiracy and QAnon and, you know, insisting Joe Biden's bought and sold by China and all this crazy, wacky fringe shit that really becomes part of the mainstream? And so Elon Musk comes along and he's really, you know, socking it to the left. By the way, it really hurt. It really hurt me. And everybody I know that's liberal, it really, really hurt us when I didn't give a fuck. And if you do give a fuck that he bought it, I don't care. I don't care about Twitter. It doesn't change how I feel. It doesn't change like how loud my voice is. Obviously, I'm not Ben Shapiro or Candace Owens, so I have maybe 10 people that watch this fucking video. But the point is, these cult of personalities that continue to come out from the left, there's always some symbol. They love symbols. They love their cult of personalities. It's really, really kind of tribal. It's kind of like harkens back to probably an age where, you know, we lived in caves and so forth, and we had to form tribes and, I mean, kind of live like savages. They're still coming up with that shit. Oh, wow, you see the symbol that this new fucking Indian, or sorry, not Indian, but this new tribe has this new fucking symbol. oh my God, that symbol. And so like symbols don't mean shit to me. That's why like I don't get it. I don't get the fucking symbols. I don't get it. I don't get why they love their symbols, why they love their flag, why they love their cult of personality. I think it has to do with the fact that they realize that their views are in the minority and most people won't agree with them, and maybe they don't even agree with them, but yet they feel like they have to have something to kind of like to project their union membership or whatever, their membership of the tribe. And so the symbols come along, and then the cult of personality and say, hey, yeah, Elon Musk is our guy, he's punching down. I don't know. I might not be making much sense tonight, but my larger point is that it's frustrating seeing folks rooting for a billionaire when we've got folks that they don't give a fuck about living on the streets, and this guy has enough money to change all that. And he fucking bought Twitter. I mean, the fuck is that? The fuck is that? So, we're always going to have idiots. We're always going to have people doing dumb shit with their money. But I just think that if somebody has that much money, he can do whatever the fuck he wants with it, right? He really can. But you'd think that somebody that's loves attention as much as he does would try to do something good for humanity. And if you think Tesla's the thing that's going to save the planet, get the fuck out of here. Look, I love Tesla. I want a Tesla. I used to own Tesla stock. I sold it when he started going nuts on Twitter, regrettably. But I'm happy I don't own anything in that fucking shit company because, and quite frankly, I own nothing. I didn't have any Twitter stock either. They were the two things that I got out of. And I'm kind of happy because, I mean, it's a shit show thinking that he's going to come in and make things better at Twitter with a perspective that he has, which is, we're just going to allow everybody just run rampant on our platform. And that's the whole 2016 over again. We're going back to 2016 where social media companies have no responsibility and no kind of dedication, or not the word's not dedication, but they don't have an obligation to the truth. And, like a journalistic company, like a journalist, a company like a newspaper or an old journalism, there was kind of like this, I'm not suggesting that it was fine back in the old days. What I'm saying is that there were kind of standards of truth checking or, and fact checking and saying things a certain way. And that doesn't exist anymore. And the social media platforms have kind of come around all that because they're not really media companies in the old sense. And so we kind of went into the tech boom without having the tools to legislate or regulate these companies. And so now you have a private citizen buying one because he's pissed off about all the pictures and all the dumb shit that he sees that he doesn't like on there. And that's supposed to make things better. I don't see it happening. But again, you have folks just elevating him and crying that he's their savior. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't think Elon Musk gives a fuck about shit, to be honest with you. I think he's trolling everybody. I think he's doing it for fun. He's basically running around with free money. Apparently the guy doesn't even fucking have a home because he's kind of a vagabond. Maybe that's respectful. I don't know. I just don't see it, man. I don't look up to Elon Musk and think, wow, man, I want to be like that guy. I don't respect him very much at all. I think he has a lot of money and he's an effective person at raising money and raising, kind of getting his projects funded. And so, but to call him a genius or to call him some humanitarian, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck off my fucking feet. I swear on my life, I have begun blocking people that I see or just muting their fucking feed. If you're posting shit in favor of Elon Musk and you don't want to be in my feed, just do that. I swear on my life, I will mute you. Maybe unfollow so I never see your shit again. But it's like, it's so tiresome. It's more tiresome than the Will Smith kind of saga. It's more tiresome than a lot of the things that the right has been talking about or the right and left are talking about. And it's just because, we have real problems. And here's a guy walking around with more money than God and kind of just throwing it at all the pet projects. Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife is doling out funds to fucking everyone. She's basically running through her billionaire money and saying, look, I don't fucking need all this fucking money. It's more money than God needs. And so guess what? I'm going to start giving it away. And so she began giving it away large amounts. And so I don't know what her end goal is, but that's why I like to see women in power. It just seems like they know how to solve problems. Even at work, I think women are just super effective at solving problems. I prefer working with women developers, to be honest with you. And so I don't know, man. I'm just kind of ranting tonight. I am a little exhausted. It's been, I had my colonoscopy yesterday. That was not fun. But I feel great, and everything apparently is okay. So that's a good thing. But I'm trying to come up with content tonight. I'm like, I'm just looking through my Twitter, and I'm looking through Reddit. I'm looking through fucking Reuters and fucking BBC, and I'm like seeing fucking Elon Musk every fucking where. I'm like, why do we hold these guys in such high esteem? Is he paying people to write articles? I mean, what's going on? I mean, I swear to God, I see an Elon Musk article at least 3 times a day in my feed, at least. And that's probably been going on for like a year. So this guy's pumping. He's getting all the press he wants. And I guess he's an example of the American dream, a non-American coming here and, coming onto our soil and, chasing the American dream, I guess. I mean, the fuck is wrong with people? Like, why wouldn't you hold somebody like Colin Kaepernick? And I said his name wrong. I don't give a fuck. That Colin Kaepernick, is it Kaepernick? I'm not a fucking journalist. But, someone like that, I think, basically walked away from his career and just to make a statement, kneeled and essentially got truly canceled, like for real canceled, not fake canceled, but truly canceled. And that's somebody that they like to spit on and kind of throw down. Martin Luther King was also the same type of person who was spit on and frowned on by the same type of folks. We hold him in high esteem, and every fucking Martin Luther, every February, you got the conservatives talking about how much they love black people and all the bullshit. But truly, they don't hold him on high esteem. They spit on him when he lived. They shot. He died. So essentially, he was assassinated. The FBI had a file on him. He was persecuted while he was alive. He was threatened. There were laws that were passed. And we spit on those people. Those are the fucking heroes, not the fucking Elon Musks of the world. Jeff Bezos. There's no fucking hero there. They will have their legacy because they'll be able to buy buildings and they'll be able to put their name on shit. But to hold them in high esteem as if there's some humanitarian or going to actually change the conversation, even with the fucking purchase of Twitter, it just sickens me. It's like, what the fuck am I dealing with here? Like, is there anybody that, like, do people see the real problems, or are they just kind of locked in their own bubble? Like, yeah, I'll just start supporting Elon Musk because you know what? He's buying Twitter, and that makes me feel good because I don't like the Twitter, and the Twitter kicked off my Donald Trump, and so I gotta fucking ugh. All right, yeah, I guess. Yeah, we got fucked up roads, we got homeless people, but I guess Elon Musk bought fucking Twitter, so woohoo, let's fucking celebrate, I guess. That's the whole mentality that's just sucks the soul out of my, it's soul sucking, it's debilitating, it's frustrating, and any other fucking word I can think of to see people kind of continue to lose sight of what's important and what our true battles are. And I've tried to, I say on here, talk about the homeless people. I talk about the least of us. We're sitting here celebrating the top people. Apparently, there's a lot of Christians in this country. I don't know where it fucking says to worship rich people in the Bible. I don't. I did go to Christian school. I used to know a lot about the Bible. I used to read it a lot and do all the fucking shit. And I knew all the shit, okay? And I don't remember it saying hold rich people. In fact, I think it says something about rich people should give away their money and the meek will inherit the earth, and and you should love the poor, and Jesus hung out with the poor and the hookers and the coke dealers and everything else. And but no, we're gonna hold up these people. And so look, I'm not Christian. I'm just saying, as a Christian nation, it just like as some people like to say that we're largely a Judeo-Christian nation. Fucking weirdos. Then and so yeah, we're largely Judeo-Christian nation that doesn't even live by its own doctrine, I guess. I don't know. But do not, what is it? Thou shalt not covet idols or whatever. Do not put an idol before. Elon Musk is just another idol of the right. And the left has theirs. They get theirs when the right's really gone buck wild crazy, and then somebody rises from the fucking, the fields and talks with perfect sentences or uses proper English, the left will get all fucking whacked out on him. Now, I can understand that because you're like, oh wow, this is a smart person. Maybe this person makes sense. Okay, but they still fuck up. They fuck up with Andrew Cuomo, and it is not going to get us to solve any problems if we fall into this personality thing. If people are falling in love with personalities and voting for it, then Dr. Oz has a fucking chance at being senator, for Christ's sake. The fucking guy is such a fraud. But that's who's on, will be on the ballot in Pennsylvania, apparently. So let me just go back to my original thought, since I'm kind of all over the fucking place. And that is the elevation of Elon Musk as a symbol of the right that's fighting against the woke Twitter people and the woke left is so just far-fetched and fantasy land kind of stuff that it's like, we can't. How are we gonna talk to people about the complexities of healthcare and the nuance of why we need to fix it, and all the arguments that are made for it are really profit driven? How are we going to have that conversation with folks that are like literally jerking off to fucking Elon Musk buying Twitter? Like, that's the fucking thing that excites them. I need a larger megaphone, because this shit ain't cutting it. Like, I want to fucking yell and scream. Like, come on, it's the same pattern. It's a distraction. The midterms are coming up. Like, don't get caught up even battling over who fucking Elon Musk is. You won't see a damn thing about my feed other than criticisms of this guy, because of the fact that he's aggregated a large amount of resources that could be used to change billions of people's lives. Like, billions. Like, that's how much money he has. We will probably in my lifetime, maybe within the next 10 years, we'll see trillionaires. Do you know how much money $1 trillion is? Jeff Bezos isn't far off. Neither is Elon Musk. What's he got? A quarter of a trillion? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me that these people are worshipped. And so my frustration today, my rant today, is going to end on that note. Fuck Elon Musk. I will say that this week, I've been kind of going back and forth on how I can put together a better show and still perform well at my job. I tend to struggle with balance. I'm all or nothing with anything I do, which is a good and a bad. But it also, as I get older, I'm finding that will work for a small amount of time, but it's not sustainable. You have to have balance. And so what I'm trying to figure out is, can I put a better show on by changing the time that I do it, or maybe only doing it once a week, or rolling it into maybe a one evening a week and then do the other show? So I'm going through all this ideas about how I can balance the two, and I don't want to drop this off. My wife was like, I'm so happy that you're continuing with Smash the Party. I was like, that's why the fuck I got the job. I got the job so I can get money so I can do more Smash the Party. True story. So anyway, I just wanted to say that's something I'm considering. If you have ideas, you're like, dude, just stop fucking rant and rave and get on TikTok. I know there's a lot of detractors out there, by the way. People will post on my feed and say, like, I hate you, essentially. Like, you're useless. Nobody engages with your stuff, and it doesn't even affect me at all anymore. But what it makes me think is, like, all right, how can I get more haters? Like, how can I get more of that, reach more of those folks that just will continue to engage, but they always want to say negative things? Because as I said before, if I have 1 million haters, I'm doing fantastic. So to all my haters out there, may you multiply, may you have children, and may your children hate me as well, so that I can have a larger reach. And certainly the engagement that I get from my haters is awesome. But I often think, like, all right, how do I change this so I can get to more people without funding it, without paying the price to Facebook, and which is the easy road. And I'm going to do it next year, but I've taken a year off because I hate Facebook. But these are all things that are going through my mind of, like, how can I make this better? I have all the tools now that I need. Now I just need time. I need a producer. I need writers. I need all this stuff to do the level of show that I want to do. And I'm thinking, like, all right, do I just do it once a week? I mean, nobody does, even like Jimmy Fallon and those guys do every night, but they have a team of folks. Not saying they don't work hard, but putting on a show and coming up with new content every day, that's original and good is tough. And that's why I like to rant, because it's always coming from me. It's always new and fresh. And so I'm just going to say what I say. But I'm just trying to consider, like, where's my strong point? I've kind of gone through, different views, different cameras. I've talked about different things. I've done interviews. There's so many more things that I can try, but I'm just trying to figure out how can I do that and also keep balance, because, I can easily shift into full-time doing this and then my job suffers, or I can go full-time on my job, which I've been focusing on my job lately because I'm new, and then this suffers. And so, I'm still trying to strike that balance. And as you guys know, if you watched the show before, I don't have anything to hide. This is like the real me. This is like, I'm an asshole in real life sometimes, and sometimes I'm a sweetheart, and sometimes I'm charming as fuck. And that's pretty much what you see here. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, how do I make this show, or how do I get this to the point where people just are dying to hear what I have to say next? Do I need guests? Do I change the time? Do I do other things? And, so this is the year of experimentation. Do not think I'm floundering on this at all, by the way. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how I can make it better and also get my voice into the fucking ether, because I feel like I have something to say. So those are the things that are going through my head. I am a little tired tonight, probably because, I did drink last night and probably overdid it. But I'm coming up on a fucking 30 days, so just chill. I don't need to hear the lecture. I already hear it from my wife. But it is a serious thing, by the way. I don't want to become an alcoholic, and so I definitely am aware of what it can do to my creative process as well. And so I don't want to make that excuse. So anyway, if you're concerned about watching me intoxicated last night, I get it. It's not cool for everyone, but I'm real. So anyway, my scatterbrain thoughts are coming out in real time right now as I think about how I want to take the show and where I want to spend my time and how I can get the largest audience for the lowest amount of money is really what it comes down to. So anyway, just wanted to end with those thoughts to just let you know, like, this is something I think about all the time. In fact, when my wife talks about work and me working, in my mind, the job is, while I love it and the company's fantastic, I am doing it to fund my private ventures that I want to do. And the private venture I want to really launch is Smashing the Party. So this fucking thing ain't going away. I told you it's going to take time. It's going to take years. And it's going to take years of nobody watching. Gary Vee loves to post his videos where he had 20 people watching him, and he was still selling wine. He was still doing his thing. And that's pretty inspiring. Now, I'm older. I'm not as good looking, but I will say I think I have a voice, and I think I have a story, and I think I know how to fucking spin words. And so I'd like to figure out how I can do that full time, and that's why I'm never going to stop this. So if you think a couple comments, or you think a couple bad days, or you think a couple no views or no likes is going to shift my focus, you have underestimated my persistence and my willing to continue and ride this out and see it out till I fucking fail really publicly badly. Or I'll keep morphing and changing and adapting until I get it right, and until I have the right audience, until I have the right momentum, and we can actually get to the point where we're changing hearts and minds. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap tonight. I will be back on Monday. That will be week 3. I'm excited to be back doing this again. I'm sorry I missed a day last week. Every single time I get on the mic, no matter how I feel before I get on the mic, I'm always feeling better knowing that there are people out there that listen. And there's also, this is also good for Nate, because I get to talk through some of the things that are going through with me, and also talk through even how I perceive things or how I'm communicating things. This is kind of my outlet. And so, yes, I'm in therapy once a month, but this is like my therapy that I need. And so I just want to say thank you for allowing me to do it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. I don't fucking get it, but there's still people that are supporting me, even with my floundering. I appreciate it. I love it. I will not fucking shut up until I see shit right. And I'm not going anywhere. It doesn't matter if, I'm in the crunch time for my job or not. I'm going to be on here every fucking time that I say I'm going to be on here. So, no haters, join the fun. get on board, get on the fucking you guys love the Trump train. Get on this train. You'll have just as much fun, I'm sure. But to all the people that are supporting me with positive vibes as well, I want to say thank you. The haters, look, I thank you too. I really mean it. Like, I appreciate all the engagement. I appreciate that you comment on my stuff. I really do. I know that it makes you think, and I know sometimes it triggers you. And so even when you're pissed off and you comment and you're, yes, I know you. Yes, I've seen you in person. I know you wouldn't talk to me that way in person. I know the fucking you wouldn't. But I don't mind. So bring it, share it, like it, hate it, but talk about it. I love it. And I just want to say this is still fucking awesome. I still love doing this. I'm having an easier time watching myself on video, even though today I'm looking a little bit, I got that beard rocking. Plus I didn't wear my hat today, just to let you know, just to show you guys where my hairline's at. You know what I mean? I want to keep tabs on it. Anyway, I got no jokes. So I'm going to wrap. I'll be back tomorrow at 10:30. This was Nightcap. I appreciate everyone listening. I appreciate everybody listening, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 10. On Monday at 10:30. Tomorrow's Friday, and I'm off. I will be watching fucking Dogs and Babies and working from home. So check in on Monday at 10:30, and we'll see what kind of shit I have to spew on that day. I'm hoping to spend some time kind of catching up on the political scene and finding that button, and also cranking out some blog posts that I have 15 draft blog posts that I haven't published yet that I just need to publish because I'm fucking dragging my feet on it. So nudge me in the right direction. I'll get there. But I just want to say, subscribe to the blog. There's a lot of good shit there. In fact, a lot of it's prophetic almost, if you will, because it's still talking about Joe Manchin and talking about fucking Kevin McCarthy, talking about the Trump lies, talking about Mitch Romney, all the stuff that's still happening. It's like even a year ago, as I like to call it, evergreen content. That's content still relevant. Make sure you sign up for the blog. Definitely share, like, comment, follow, do all that stuff, and make sure you check in on me on Monday. All right. Listen, some rough show today was a little rough. Like I said, I'm tired, but stick with me. I promise we'll get better. See you guys Monday.